What's up guys, Smith here from GamersHeroes.com, and today we've got 10 awesome tips and tricks to really help you get started in Star Wars Outlaws. Let's go! This first fast travel tip is essential for getting around the galaxy quickly and easily. Now, Kate unlocks fast travel very early in Star Wars Outlaws. To use it, all you have to do is open your map, go to any blue fast travel location point, and select fast travel. These are discovered as you're exploring the cities and towns of the game, so you'll find them as you go around. However, later on, you're going to want to traverse much bigger distances. You want to go between different planets for contracts and stuff. So rather than going on your ship and having to leave orbit and go into hyperspace and all this stuff, all you've got to do is from any map is scroll out using the right stick, scroll all the way out. You can see that's the city view there. Then we've got the planet and the outer space view. Keep going, you get to the galactic view. I can now go to any other planet. So we're going to go to Shara orbit here. I'm going to hold the stick up to zoom in onto Shara. All the way in. I can now fast travel to any point on this map, skipping the whole going into orbit, hyperspace, coming out the other side, and then going down to the planet again. So really saves a lot of time, this one. It's quite simple, but I missed it for quite some time, so make sure you use this one when you can. For this next tip, we're going to need to piss off the Empire. This is about cooling. Now, when you fire your gun, it's like an ammo, but it's heat. Watch. You can see there, my gun is overheating, marked by the red icon on the side of the screen there. Eventually, it overheats. Now, you can press the fire button instead of the R1 button as shown to cool your weapon down. Let me just keep shooting here to get it powered up. That was R1 there. So you can use your shoot button instead of the R1 button. This is far more intuitive. It allows you to fire straight away after cooling. Just blow these guys up here. They go. I'm going to press R2. I missed it because I was trying to get accuracy, but you get the point. All you've got to do is press the fire button instead of the button that comes up, and it will still have the cooling effect, but you can immediately fire straight away. Next up, we answer the simple question of where should you go first. Now, as soon as you finish the main first planet in Star Wars Outlaws, you pretty much get free roam with the entire galaxy. Now, this is not a right or wrong choice here. You can go anywhere you want. It doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but we do recommend going to Tatooine first for the slicing kit. Now, as you're going through the game, you will find terminals you can slice very early that you can access, no problem. Sometimes they give you clues to missions, they can give you cash rewards. These more advanced terminals require an upgraded slicing kit, and these are scattered throughout the entire game. There's nothing more annoying than going through an Empire stronghold, getting to the end, and not being able to open the loot because you don't have the advanced slicer kit. So head to Tatooine first, do the slicer main story missions that come up there, and then you will unlock this expert so you can get this upgrade, and then when you're exploring other places, you won't have to retread trodden ground so much. Next up, when you are looking for items, specifically for some of the objectives to clear your veteran, your expert ability so you can learn new skills, it's all pretty much done for you. Just simply head to the skill you want, come in here, and you can see there's a list of ingredients on the right hand side here. The main one is always the hardest one. You'll get a bunch of stuff that you just have tons of all the time. And then you have another one here. Now, whenever you unlock one of these for the first time, so if you just unlock this adapt skill, it will automatically give you intel to find, for in this example, the power injector system. So you just go to your journal, and it will tell you a key part is missing from the enhanced Bacta injector. The Jawas on the Great Mesra Plateau will do it for you. So most of the time, actually 99.9% of the time, it just gives you a map location to go to directly. I don't have it for these. This one's got one. So it literally tells you exactly where to go. Now, for the other items, let's say you're just missing a few of them, you can go into your inventory, go to the materials, and highlight wherever you're missing a few of, and it will tell you where to find them. These are very, very accurate, so literally just follow what it says, and you'll be able to find ingredients without any issues at all. Next up, we are going to go over the reputation system, very, very basic stuff, what you want to avoid and what you want to make sure you keep happening. So these are the 4 factions in the game, the 4 crime syndicates, the Pike Syndicate, the Crimson Dawn, the Hutt Cartel, and the Ashiga Clan. I think one of them, the Ashiga Clan, isn't presented until you get to their planet, but the rest of them are all right at the start of the game. Now, the important thing with these guys is just to keep their relationship above good. You can see you get a bunch of rewards, you get some outfits, all cool stuff like that. It's really worth getting them to max. However, for the most part of the game, you just need to keep it above good. If you have them at good, whenever you go into their territories, you're welcome to explore 90% of it. So whenever you go to a Hutt location and there's full of Hutt people there, if you're good with them, they will just let you walk in. Same with the Crimson Dawn. Now, this is important because there are a lot of missions and a lot of objectives that require you to go in these areas. If you're not good or you're below good, they won't let you in and you'll have to stealth. Sometimes this could be the difference between a 30 to 60 minute mission and a 30-second mission. It really is that stark. You can see here, for example, I've got to go and pick up something from this guy. If I'm friends with him, I can just walk straight in. It's not a problem. Over here, I had to go and pick up a data pad that was deep inside the compound. Now, most of the compounds have like 2 areas of security. Light security where good will get you into, and then an area you have to sneak into regardless of your reputation. but that latter area is always tiny. So always do your best to keep the reputation among the factions to good at a minimum. The story will throw this up and down, so if you can, if you don't mind a bit of grinding, I do suggest sort of keeping it to the top end of good, low end of excellent. But again, it's not a big issue because you can grind the contracts later anyway. Sticking with reputation for our next ship, reputation grind is really, really easy in the game. It's actually disappointingly quite simple. I was hoping for a bit more depth. But all you have to do is finish Tashara. At the end of Tashara, your contract there, Danker, I think her name is, will tell you you've unlocked contracts. These are repeatable missions that you can do at any point in the game, and you get rewards for them based on your faction. So we're going to go here. This is on your ship. Basically what you do is you go to any dock that has your ship on it. So anyone will do, doesn't really matter where. Fast travel to it. This will bring you to your ship. You can then access this terminal. This unlocks all of the different contracts that you've seen before. So every broker you've found will be added to this device. You can then go through and search either globally or universally or just where you are right now. The best thing to do for these is to look for these space missions. So what you're doing is you're going through and you're looking for the little galactic symbol. You can see here, this is a crate symbol. This is a symbol with a little galaxy. The space missions are so easy, it's almost criminal. It literally takes some of them 30 to 45 seconds, and the rewards are usually medium to large increase. So you want to try and avoid the ones, this one here, steal from the pikes. You'll get good hut reputation, but you'll lose pike reputation. So depending on what you're looking for, the best ones to aim for are just these smuggle ones. So this one's smuggle goods, deliver it to Crimson Dawn. Go down here, and I've got another space one there. Let's raid the pikes. So we're not too sure about doing that one because we want to try and keep everyone's reputation high. We've got another one here, smuggle the goods and deliver it to Crimson Dawn. So these are all on the same planet. These are all on Tashara. So you can pick all three of those up, go straight into space, and get a huge increase to reputation in less than 2 or 3 minutes. It really is that quick and that easy. When you get more locations later on, and you're struggling to find bounties for specific factions, just come to here, check each one planet by planet, and try and... So this one's got 3 space ones here, look. These are all for Crimson Dawn and Ashiga, or Crimson Dawn ones. So just find an area, try and keep them all in the same space. So I'm going to do all of this guy's space ones and all of this one's space ones before moving to the next one. Just keep your eye out for the little contract in space and you're good to go. Next up, we go over something you should do immediately whenever you arrive on a new planet in a new city. Every single city on the game, every single planet has a Syndicate district, at least one. I think they've all got 2. So this is Meragana, where you start. You've got the Pike Syndicate contract here and the Crimson Dawn Syndicate area here. All of these areas will have a vault inside them. Now, every single vault works exactly the same. Once you've found the vault, there is a computer nearby that you can scan. I've done them all, so I can't show you. Scan the computer, you just hack into it with a slicing kit, and it will give you the location of every key. Usually it's 3 to 4 different keys. These will then be displaced on the map. Now, you want to do these really early because the keys are all over. So when you come to Tashara, you go to Meragana, you go to both areas, you find the vault, it will then put the keys all over the map. You pick these up while you're doing other story quests and while you're exploring normally. If you get the vaults later, you're going to have half these places done 2 or 3 times already because of story and side quests, and you're going to have to go back and do them anyway. As I said, the vaults are really not that difficult to find. The Pike one is over here. There's a little vent in the wall just here that you can go through. And up for the Crimson Dawn one at this location, you have to come around the back, right up to this top corner here, get Nix to flip a switch, and you're in. It's all very, very simple puzzle stuff. You're familiar with it all by the time you get there. So when you get to each new planet, head straight to the vault and get all the keys as you're exploring the rest of the game. Something else you want to prioritize when you get to each new city is to feed Nix. Every single city in the game has a galactic street food vendor. You can see here in Miragana, this is Chemoska. It's a food. I know what it is. These are small mini games. If you're really not into the mini games, you can go into settings and turn them off under the gameplay options, but they're pretty harmless and it's fun to see Nix and Kay interact. Once you've unlocked the dish, you can simply head to your ship. So on my ship here, the bridge is right next door. There's the bridge door. You come into the kitchen, interact with this dish, and you can see the different bonuses all of the different food has. So this one, the distraction lasts for longer. Really valuable. This one, he'll kick grenades from you. I've not actually seen him do that yet. I've been blown up waiting for him to try it. Multiple enemies with his distraction. So Nix is already incredibly useful in stealth and in combat. So these buffs are really helpful. We have got a guide up on the website on where to find them all, but they're not too hard. They're just in the marketplace for every town you visit. One more little tip for Nix and the ship is Nix is a good boy. Now, every now and then, I'm not sure what triggers it. I'm assuming it's when you complete missions, but typically because you go out and do a large batch at once, it's impossible to know what's what. Whenever you come in, look at Nix's little, I don't know what this is, disease corner, I don't know. You can interact with this little thing here and it will pick up goods, supplies, and sometimes you will get charms. Charms are really, really powerful in this game. These give you permanent effects. You get 1 major charm slot and then a bunch of minor charm slots. You get these from doing quests. You get them from reputation rewards. They're all over the place. They're not very rare, but you can find lots and lots of them coming in and just make sure every time you come back to the ship, interact with this little spot here, and Nick should have some goodies for you. Last up, one more little blaster choice. If you are struggling in combat, especially in the early game, remember to blind fire. This is where you're hiding behind something and you just hit the fire button. There's me aiming with the L2. Just hit the fire button. This takes so much damage away and your survivability will go through the roof. So don't stick your head over the top unless you have to. Just blind fire by pressing fire from behind cover. So guys, 10 tips and tricks I hope really help get you started in Star Wars Outlaws. I've had an absolute blast with this game. I hope you guys enjoy it. If you've got any questions, post a comment below. Any tips or tricks to share for yourself, do let us know and we'll definitely look into them. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care now.